What's up, everybody? We're back with some more bio prototype,
Prototype.
and we have more prototypes to bio.
Yeah.
So we've done that one. We've done that one. We haven't done the queen yet, and I don't think we've unlocked any other ones. So let's do the queen.
Okay.
Good at controlling offspring, so we're gonna have a bunch of dudes. This is gonna be the friendo build, James.
Okay.
And we're also up to stage 3.
Bosses and elites are enraged, gaining stackable movement speed for every 10 seconds they stay alive.
That sounds awful.
That does sound awful. So you'll have to keep that in mind and give yourself extra attack speed as early as you can, or movement speed as early as you can.
Those guys look new.
Yeah, they're like doggos. Even the zone is new.
Yeah, they're like zombo doggos.
They're like just full of muscles.
Oh, I want to get that. Oh, it's an egg. Yeah, I really want that.
Oh, well. Oh, and a gland of the spider.
Connect movement and paired enemies with beams. Okay, so if we impair movement, that'll work. And then we got an ant thing, which is just the eggs that get destroyed when in contact with stuff, but it is an offspring, which we need. Oh, but speaking of offspring... and then a gland of the imp. If we can get imps at some point, something like that would be very strong. But we don't we don't start with imps, so getting it now would be spicy. But we do already have eggs. If we want to use eggs instead of mutants, we can get the gland of the imp and then just try to find an imp.
I mean, it's possible that we can do all of the above.
Well, I can only pick one of these two right now, which is
well, and ultimately these are both common versions of things. We'll get better ones later.
That's true.
The gland of the imp is a dead end. The offspring of the mutant at least gives us the ability to continue on for now.
And then activate right side organ when left side organ contributes to a kill.
We are in need of some tentacle type things.
Yeah, so
we need more diamonds.
Well, we'll do that for now.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, so we started with this tentacle of the worm, which is nice.
The eggs are diamonds. What?
Yeah.
Well, the eggs don't do anything. Right? Generates eggs.
Yeah, but then eventually, like, the eggs do stuff. So, like, the eggs, like, we could get that thing where it's just like when it dies, something happens, or we could just attach a spine to the egg and be like, now the egg does other stuff. But we have nothing but diamonds right now, so we're kind of stuck. So we're not gonna do anything right now. Let's not get anything because we're broke. So I guess we just keep on keeping on here, and we just gotta rely on our little spiral bullet for now.
You're new too. What are you?
Looks like the Dalek's angrier cousin. It's got a couple of extra like plunger hands. Maybe they're really all of those extra hands are there to do some skincare. Oh, is it already over?
Yeah. First couple waves are fast.
Wow. Another gland of the imp. We should probably grab another spine just so we can continue building because we don't have any. Oh, there's that dragon tentacle. And there's the cochlea of the cat. Everyone's like, you should understand how to pronounce it because it's pronounced Coke, Lee, and Lee loves Coke, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
Specifically Coca-Cola. I should
clarify.
I should clarify.
Activate the right side organ while effects of the left side organ expire.
So that could work with the eggs because when the eggs pop, then it would go.
And that'll go particularly good with the mutant eggs because the mutants can't die otherwise.
Yeah. So let's grab that.
It feels like it's just an extra step. Like We're gonna put down these mutant eggs, and then when the mutant eggs expire, they do a thing. Which isn't that just worse than a spine? Like a spine is just it does the thing. I don't know. I mean, I guess the eggs are gonna sit for a longer time.
So I would need this to be
An egg.
the egg, but yeah. So we'd go egg.
Well, and again, is the mutant egg better for that?
I mean, these are the eggs. These are mutants. They're not eggs. So when you say mutant eggs, you're confusing me.
Oh. Eggs and offspring are different. Okay.
Well, they're all offspring.
Okay.
But so, these are eggs, and these are mutants. The mutants cannot move or get damaged.
Right, which makes it so because the cochlea
is when they expire.
Activates when they expire. The offspring of the ant can be destroyed. So we want the mutant there.
Oh.
So that they will expire.
These have a duration of 7 seconds, which is scary.
That's why I'm sitting here going, I don't know, man. I don't think this is.
I don't think this is good either. But the eggs, they have a duration of 4 seconds, so they could theoretically.
Yeah, but if they get destroyed, I don't think they're going to trigger the thing.
Yeah, I think we're still in a phase where we need to build up here.
Yeah.
So how about instead we just do something nice and simple for now.
Yeah.
Now this has a duration of 1 second, so we could theoretically be like, and then when those bullets expire, then something.
Then nothing. When those bullets expire. Oh, when those bullets expire.
Yes. Yeah. But, I mean, we don't have much to go on right now.
Yeah.
And we get pickup made, range, HP, or movement speed, which we want to get more organ quality, I think, just to get better stuff. But this at least is something extra.
Oh, we got all sorts of new friends, and oh, what are you?
They're new friends. I thought you just said.
Oh, yeah.
So far we're really good at doing offspring stuff, and
we're doing no offspring stuff.
We're currently doing none. I'm hoping that that's going to change.
All right, got another 10 seconds to go.
Okay. There's another germ rat limb. We can get another spine here. I think I like the chimp spine slightly better than the jackal. Well, we can get a jackal spine just for a lot of activation, because what some people were saying, I haven't tested it to verify, because people can say whatever they want, and I don't necessarily know if it's true until I double check it. But I always presumed that the efficiency kept stacking all the way through the brain. But people are telling me that the efficiency is only for the very next thing.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
So I always assumed that there was a ladder of efficiency, so you would want to keep everything at high efficiency so that it would stack higher and higher. But apparently that's not the case. In which case the jackal would be quite good, because you can activate things a lot, and then the thing that you're activating won't do a ton of damage, but it can activate a lot of other things. So. We'll
that's how I always assumed. I guess I didn't specify that myself.
Yeah. Let's see. And then we got trauma stuff. Another cochlea. I had a whole conversation about how to pronounce it, and I still pronounced it wrong for a second. None of these are very exciting.
Yeah, but it's too early to be refreshing.
Yeah. I'll take a limb. Oh, but it's the raptor nerve. It's the crit nerve. And the starfish is good, but it goes nowhere. It's an ender.
Yeah.
But I think that's okay for now. Because now, yeah, like we we could even do something like that.
And just do that for now when those bullets end the starfish.
But as we were talking about here, let's try to get as many of these bullets out as possible.
Right. So that initial bullet's going to do significantly less damage, but it's going to fire more often. And then those bullets are going to fire the other bullets much stronger.
So this will fire more often, and then when while that's going off for 3 seconds. So this barely fits in to get 2 shots in for every tentacle of the worm, because tentacle of the worm duration is 3 seconds.
Right.
And this is just under 1.5 seconds. So they'll get 2 shots of this. This is duration of 1 second. When the duration of that expires at the end of its shot, it will then explode into starfish
more
tentacle.
bullets. Yes.
So that's currently where we're at, and it has nothing to do with offspring at the moment.
Yep.
But it's what we got.
Right.
And then we'll get a little bit of organ quality here to try to get better stuff. All right, so now we got bullets for days now.
Yes.
This seems quite good. It is not what we're shooting for.
Now, in theory, we'll test it. I think we can test it. Oh man, big boy. We can test this out in a minute. But I think that we could replace our spinny boys there with an egg, whether it's the ant or the mutant. I'm not sure offhand.
Yeah.
So rather than it being these spinny shots going out doing the extra shots, we could just be dropping eggs that are doing the shots.
That's true.
And if we do the mutant, potentially. I don't think it would be necessarily worse. And I think again, if we're able to put like the mutant one down,
Gland of the Mutant connects mutants with beams. That's one of the things that I think we wanted to find here. But Gland of the Ant.
Yeah, and it's a blue one.
And it goes into stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
All over the skeleton's always fun.
Sure. Gland of the Spider. So that's we already have one, but this one is a better one.
Yep. And the other two were meh anyway.
The
Retina of the Raven's not bad.
And it goes into offspring, which is nice.
That's true.
Yeah, I think the retina is okay here. Okay, so now I feel like we have some tools here.
Yes.
So let's we'll just put a lot of this stuff back. We'll start at the beginning here.
Okay. So yeah, we want to be activating our first thing first, fast.
Yes.
So we want to be so we want the spine of the jackal.
Yeah, and we actually can't put eggs here because eggs are incompatible with the spine of the jackal.
Oh. All right. Do they work with the other 2 spines? Or actually, we don't even technically have to start with the spine.
Yeah, the other 2 spines do have offspring capabilities.
Oh, that's weird. Also, not that is inconsistent within itself.
Yeah.
Notice the 2 chimpanzee spines, one of them goes into roots and the other does not.
You got to be careful.
So I guess we're looking for a better spine of the jackal. Okay. So now that's going to just create eggs.
And then do we
then we can spine
jackal this, so it's just they will very often make beams between the eggs.
Potentially.
And then if that damage contributes to a kill,
then it puts out mutants.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we don't have enough fertility.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Too far away from the brain is going to stop fertility.
So I think this is a good candidate for a creature that once we get multiple brains, because you want to have the offsprings as close to the brain as possible. Because of fertility.
Or we make sure that our starting spine is very, very wide.
Yeah, we can get a wide spine, which doesn't sound comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, we can literally have that just either starfish or something if we wanted to. Just have that go into wiggly shots or something.
So what if we go boom, and then because it's a quick shot.
Yeah.
And then do that into
when they expire they soared, or when they expire they.
Starfish is gonna hit more things because it's wide.
Yes.
The sword is gonna hit things harder because angry.
Yeah, then maybe the starfish is better here for now. I said my only concern on this whole thing is that our entire basis of this is reliant on putting out a bunch of these ants, putting the beams up between the ants, and then if the beams contribute to the death of something, then we fire bullets. So if the ants just die without beaming anything, we're not firing this round.
Correct.
That's the thing that I'm concerned with.
Look, go big or go home.
All right, we'll try it. This is where people would be like, you should test.
Yeah, we are
Fucking
testing.
test.
We're testing in the battle.
Yeah. So yeah, so we're gonna need to run around and make sure that we put up beams.
Okay, so
but now that they're dying, now they're not doing their thing.
Correct.
So we're gonna need to invest in movement speed, so that we can.
But once it goes off, it goes off hard.
That's hard. Ooh, okay, that was gold, whatever that was.
So we
just got to be able to weasel our way around so we can protect our babies. Also, those guys are faster than you, I think.
They're like as fast as me, which is not helpful either.
Yeah, and we got to last for. Oh, they slowed down. Okay.
They didn't slow down. They just had friends between them. But yeah, if we can get a beam in to call the herd, we can do a lot of damage, like that.
Like that. Okay.
Just pick up all that stuff as much as I can, as quick as I can. So we understood that was going to be a problem, but now Heart of the Living Dead, activate right side organ on death. That's what we were looking for.
That is exactly what we want from the ant specifically.
Yes. So we're grabbing that. And it's another offspring of the ant.
Yep. I mean, the other two are meh. So we can grab the offspring, see if it's better or worse than the other one, and then sell the one we don't use.
I'm gonna do a cheeky reroll. I wanna believe.
Nerve of the Boxer could be good, or Heart of the Wolf. It's not. It's similar to the heart. When they die, it's just when they take damage.
But I don't. I think if they die, it doesn't count. I think people were saying. I don't remember.
Also, 1,000% efficiency.
The Boxer's very versatile.
It's true, but it's very low efficiency.
I mean, that's sort of the thing.
That's the whole point of the Nerve of the Boxer. Is it's going to trigger a lot.
Yes. I'll see what I can do with it. Okay, so but now we have this, which means that we have to restructure a lot here, because that heart is gonna be like here.
Oh yeah, when the ants die. So now we're gonna put out ants a lot, and then when they die, they're gonna do something. So what are they doing?
We could.
And whatever they do, they're gonna do it very, very, very strong.
Now, the question is, I'm trying to figure out where we're gonna fit in this. I wonder if we could. What is this? Is a gland. So we need something that goes into a gland.
All right, so check our things and what goes into glands. Offspring, I think, go into glands. Oh no.
No.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Spines, retinas, nerves. Those are the things that go into glands.
Okay, so this goes off at big damage whenever the eggs die, and then we could be like every time, every 3/4 of a second that bullet is out, then whatever eggs are alive
will go beams.
will beam.
In theory, there won't be many. In theory, there won't be many out, but there might be some.
Yeah. We're this is in the testing process.
And then enemies caught in the beams. Do we put that as a spine? Do we put that for the durations when the beam duration expires? Or or stick with the retina when they contribute to a kill?
I feel like the beam duration won't expire because it'll just end prematurely.
They'll die first, yeah. So either contribute to a kill or the spine.
I think that's more likely because, again, I don't think the beams are going to last very long, but they might contribute to a kill, which...
And then I like that starfish end, honestly.
All right. So we'll try something like this. This is...
So
we're getting a little more wild.
We're trying.
And honestly, we could
also pick up a second brain.
Yeah. To start setting up something else. And I think that's okay. I think we set up another brain. We get
some more organ quality.
Two more organ qualities.
Yeah, if we can max that out, that'd be great.
And then brain 2. Let's see. We got the mutants and the gland of the mutants. And the mutants don't die.
That's true.
So we could this spine goes into offspring.
Yeah, so we could just drop mutants.
Drop mutants.
And then when the mutants expire.
Yep, that's what we got. We can't.
Except we can't go into that.
Not yet.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Maybe we shoot a couple of these things, which then if they contribute to damage, dang it. Let's see. Tentacle limb. Nothing goes into a gland. So we need something that goes into a gland.
Well, the spine goes into the gland, right?
The spine does go into the gland, but and it also goes into the offspring. Does any of these other go into offspring?
The retina does.
Yeah, but I don't think you could start with it because when the left side organ contributes to a kill, then there's nothing over there.
That's true. You can't hook an eyeball directly to a brain. That seems weird.
No, you can't.
So what's the brain itself doing? Right? Like
the brain is just the start. And then the reason why you typically start off with stuff like spines is just because on a clock it does thing. So it doesn't require anything on the left to do something on the right. So, but this is fine. Like we can just be like, look, we need a circle thing that has gland, and we know what we're looking for that.
Okay. So for now, at the end of that, can we just put like the nerve of the boxer?
Actually, we could. It might even be better for the eyeball, just because all this has to do is contribute to damage, and then do a thing.
Contribute to kill.
Yeah. So the boxer will happen more often. It's just it's gonna be
less strong. And then when that participates in a kill,
then punch again. This will be the punchy mutants for now, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Well, actually, if that contributes to a kill, theoretically things won't be as nearby.
So more bullets.
Do something like that. Okay.
I think we're gonna do something better with it, but I think that should function for now.
All right. So now we're putting out friendos. Oh no! Oh, I didn't expect that interaction.
Oh, I misread that as the beams would go between the ants.
That's what I thought too. That's much different than I anticipated. But that's cool.
That actually, oddly enough, I think that makes the swirly shot the correct choice.
Yeah,
there.
Because it just kind of goes everywhere.
Or could we put a starfish there?
Oh, dear.
Right? And just beams. Just a web of death.
Okay. Okay,
Like
well,
these crazy angry searchlights are awesome.
we definitely have some experimenting to do now. Just Oh, okay.
Intestine of the slime.
Yeah, that's the stuff that pukes stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
Let's see. I know Tentacle the Beetle is pretty good for getting stuff out because it's got infinite pierce.
That is true.
But this pupa one has got a lot of pierce, a lot of projectiles, and a short duration, which is good for the ones that do something at the end of duration.
True.
So I think both of these are good. So which one do you like better?
Yeah, I think the tentacle is better for the cochlea.
Technically, they're both tentacles, but I presume you mean the one that looks more like a tentacle.
The pupa. Yeah. Tentacle of the pupa. Tentacle of the beetle will be better for spines and nerves, I think.
Yes.
So 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Which one do you like? Do you think?
I think the pupa might be more interesting. Let's see.
I love the concept of the bladders, but it's just.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do a cheeky little reroll there. I regret this reroll. I'm gonna do one more reroll, and that's the last reroll.
That's not much better. You sure it's the last reroll?
Yes, because the super last one.
Okay. There's that slow.
Grab a stupid slow spine, I guess. Gland of the snail. Collected units affected by wings with beams. I kind of want to get this gland of the spider. It's got a double link, and we passed up one, but there's like a snowball thing that slows people down.
Yeah.
That could be interesting. At some point.
Maybe.
Yeah. Mileage may vary. Okay, so this is just wherever my eggs are, it will connect with the eggs to beam. So right now we have it connected to these guys. You're saying you want it to this one, but this one is an ender.
Well, yeah, it's an ender at the moment. Yeah.
Let's see. I think the swirly guy is the correct right now.
For now, yeah. But if we can get a strong.
Yeah. But so that means if we can figure out, we didn't get anything that goes. Well, we did actually. This spine of the mammoth.
We got the slow, angry spine, which could be fine. I mean, right? I mean, the whole point of the mutants is that they just sit there not dying.
Yeah, for 7 seconds. So instead of using
when
the
they
cochlea
expire
here,
you go into the spine,
that, and then we go meh,
and that just connect. We'll just every.
So it's just every 3 seconds they're gonna beam across each other.
Yeah, wherever they are.
Which isn't the best, but it's all we have to connect them right now.
It's also a very strong beam.
Yes.
It'll be a very powerful beam.
Also.
Oh, yeah, because you pulled that hole. There you go. So then you, when that beam contributes to damage, or contributes to a kill, then they do. They do shots.
They do this shot because it's the 1 second shot, and then when that shot expires,
they do more shots.
They do more shots or punch.
Or slice.
Or slice. This is certainly the biggest shot damage, but obviously it's lower range.
Right.
Well, let's try
Give
it
it a
because
shot. See?
I believe the bone one has like a kind of a sweepy action.
Yeah.
So okay, so we're gonna do that.
So this one's going to want us to move around a lot. We are at some point, I think, going to want to pick up a ton of movement speed.
Yes, but I want to try to get that organ quality real high, real fast.
Yeah, because we want the better versions of the organs.
Okay. Oh, those are things. Oh wow, those things are fast. Oh yeah, we do need the movement speed.
Yeah, we need the movement speed very quickly, I think.
Okay,
Is it just me, or do you feel slower than you were before?
I don't think I'm slower. I just think that they're faster, so I'm slower by comparison.
Okay.
But I think I just have to like, I've made a safety box. This is where I have to live.
But you got to try to get out there and pick up some cells too, if you can.
Yeah, I might make a dash at the end, but I'm fragile and I'm slow, and clearly these are things I'm going to have to fix very shortly. But my searchlight beams are doing their job, and then
Yeah.
I have like a little cage of safety with my my mutants. They just have a no entry, barricade.
I got 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm trying to do what I can to grab what I can without dying here. Okay. Well, we got lots of roots.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we need. Okay.
Ooh.
That's a big old poison bag.
Which we don't have a whole lot that can use poison bags right now, but it is a very good poison bag. And if nothing else, that's a good one for selling.
Yeah. And then we got another poison bag. I mean, we can get an intestine to throw that poison on the ground.
That's true. That's true.
It's better than some of these other ones, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So do we upgrade here? Do we look to see if we can get another brain going?
What goes into intestines?
Uh,
No, we want the other end. We want what can do intestine stuff. Like, can the beams go into intestines? For example?
Yes.
They can. So rather than when the beams contribute to a kill, you can just say, while the beams, you can just have the beams just spill stuff on the ground.
Which would make these mutants very defensive, because it's just like they're beaming, and then, yeah, let me just throw all of this out so it doesn't like break the thing.
Yep. So while the beams are out, they're just going to start spilling something on the ground, and then we can set them to that angry poison bag.
But this is a frequency activation thing. So this is a duration of 3.64. This is a frequency of 3.83. So I don't think this would work.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't give me an error. Like normally it says that there's a problem with it, but
Connect mutants. All right, connect mutants with beams.
I almost think that doing a poison thing might be better for a new brain situation, because you can start a brain thing with an intestine.
I mean, that's potentially true.
So,
of course, we need 400 for a new brain, so we'd have to sell like something to get it started now if we wanted.
But we can do that pretty easily.
So put the retina back to the pupa. Did we like how that was going though?
It seemed to be doing okay. I don't remember what we had here.
Actually, I think honestly, rather than contributing to a kill, you could just have it set on when the beams expire. If you use the, it's more like it's more efficient this way. But if you're just putting those up for defense, then they're not getting kills as often.
But they don't have to get kills; they just have to contribute to kills.
I mean, that's true.
Well,
you can leave it like there, and then you can have that be whichever one you want at the end there.
I'll give it that punch because that way I can. Let's see. We'll
If
sell
we
you.
sell the weak gland, that's enough to buy a new brain.
Which means I'm still not any faster, but
No,
we'll have more defensive options theoretically because we can go boom into boom. So this is just going to spread a bunch of poison on the ground, and then
every roughly 4 seconds.
And then, unfortunately, we don't have anything to follow it up at the moment. But that's not necessarily bad. It's just another defensive measure right now. It's just every couple of seconds, it's going to throw a bunch of poison on the ground. And then we'll just have to work on getting another spine, intestine, retina, cochlea, or lung. But it just another defensive measure. So it's just this is the area of please don't be here. This is my property. Everybody back up. Personal space. And as far as just don't come in here situation is concerned, it's not bad.
It's not bad. If we can find a starfish to replace the swirly shot, though, I think that'll be amazing. Because then we're gonna have beams that just go out to the edges of the dang screen in every direction.
In every direction.
Thank you, Dave Matthews.
I hear he's got a band.
Take these chances.
Just trying to do my best to get as much of the XP as I can without killing myself.
You've got these punches that are happening all the way out on the very edges of the screen.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm sure they're doing something. They're just not satisfying.
So you're saying we've achieved slimy but not satisfying.
Correct.
Oh, there's a better gland of the imp. We still don't have imps.
That's true. That also said, again, we're not there yet, but the bladder of the frog, gain a 1 charge when you inflict a debuff on any target. If we're looking for the stuff to slow things down,
it's true, and
I think
it goes into things.
Yeah, you can grab that gland of the imp, hoping we can find imps.
But it's also just something that happens very occasionally, even if we are actively doing it. It's still very occasionally, very strong, but very occasionally.
Versus the gland of the imp is if we can get imps.
Yeah,
which is what we're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe.
Oh, there's a good spine of the chimpanzee.
Yeah, well, we'll take that. I don't think I'm gonna take that.
Ooh, there's a tentacle dragon. I know it's only white, but
yeah, it goes into a lot of stuff. I'm gonna believe. Oh well, there's the slow, the belly of the Yeti. Decrease the target's movement speed for a duration when activated. It's not great, but it's
the thing we want to test.
Okay, because that'll go good with this spider gland. So, okay, we can do this. I wanted to get a slow in here, but only so many things go with bellies. I could put it here, but then I'm not doing the poison.
Well, I mean, that could be fine. Just spread the slow directly on the ground.
So yeah, this would spread a slow, which we could then, while they're doing that, every 1 and some odd seconds,
Connect them with strong beams.
which would those are very strong beams.
Yeah.
And then what do we want to connect that? Oh,
That ain't connected to nothing.
yeah.
Which is fine at the moment. The beams itself is an okay ender.
And then since this is like the close range one anyway, might as well have the melee that can then nerve
Into poison for anything that
a
survives.
very weak poison. A very weak
That's
poison.
a very weak poison. Ugh. But then things that are poisoned will shoot off bullets.
No, because
Nope. Dang. Yeah.
So instead, wow,
Yeah, an
that
even
is-
weaker bullet.
Wow, that poison is actively stronger than those
Well,
other
I mean,
things.
It's honestly it's because of the nerve of the boxer. The nerve of the boxer is like
Yeah.
35% efficiency, so it's
But
like
still.
it's a real weak version of the thing.
But now slowness will happen, and then while the slow slows, they'll beam. Theoretically.
Theoretically.
Let's see. I
You
think
want-
we
you want
at the
movement
bare minimum get 1 movement speed and 1 HP.
Okay. And then you can max out the
yeah.
organ quality right now if you really
Yeah.
want to.
We're gonna.
And still have enough for another movement speed if you want.
I think I like it.
Or something like a cell duplication
Ooh.
chance or a pickup range.
An effective radius, just to
Effective
make
radius would be good.
just to make the slowier.
Yeah.
I think I kind of like it.
Okay, let's find out.
All right, so we got the
So
slow.
that's your slow. And then enemies that are
And-
affected by slow.
Should kind of beam through each other here.
If they don't just
Yeah.
die first, which seems to be what's happening.
But that's fine. Things dying too quickly is not so much of a problem. It's hard to see how effective it is, admittedly. I think we need an intestine that drops the slow stuff much more frequently. I think that's its current problem.
I actually think that means that we don't need an intestine. I think we need a lung.
Yes, but what people were saying in the comments last time is that they updated the game for a different progression cycle, and like we don't really have lungs available, which is why we never see them. Remember?
Oh, we lost our lungs.
Yes. Because remember last time we were desperately looking for lungs and it never happened, and that's apparently
you
why.
stole my lungs.
Oh, we're getting a lot of stuff from this particular round.
Yeah, those big chunky blue boys seem to drop something pretty much every time.
Yeah.
Those are treasure pinatas.
Come on, drop something real quick. There we go. Ooh.
Ooh.
We got a fancy ant gland.
Fancy.
Okay. Tentacle of the mushroom. Well, it's a double vessel.
Yeah.
Fires projectiles that that trace targets automatically. If we could set that up with the beam, that'd be fun.
It'd be cool. Yeah.
And bring the beam to them. Yeah, sure. I need to find an actual imp. Game.
Seriously.
Oh, there's an intestine.
That's a good intestine.
Do that. Let's see. Heart of the embryo. Activate right side organ after 4 seconds without damage taken. If I remember correctly, the mutants are immune to damage, are they
Immune to
not?
Yeah.
So wouldn't
So
that
that's
be
that's
wouldn't that
way
be
better
nutty?
than yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
uh,
it means that they're only triggering once every 4 seconds, but they're also triggering with devil efficiency.
assuming that it can go into a heart. I'm gonna grab it in the hopes. Oh, and that's
Yeah.
a gold nerve of the boxer, which
Yeah. Nerve of the Boxer, I think, is still relatively weak, but it's just on hit trigger thing, so
it
it
could.
could potentially do a lot, and gold is good. So yeah, let's
Okay.
swap over to the mutants here for a second.
All right.
So can the mutants go into a heart?
Um,
That's the real question.
Yes.
Perfect. Which they should be able to.
Yeah. So they cannot move or get damaged.
Yeah. So yeah, put that
So then we just do this.
heart of the emperor.
And it's not that much different because we had a Spine of the Mammoth, which is already slow. This is
Yeah.
slower and more efficient.
Yes.
And it goes into everything that the spine goes into, but also wings.
Oh, cool. So you should be able to just swap it.
Yeah, just a hot swap.
Yeah, it'll trigger slightly less often for slightly more for a decent chunk more damage.
We're starting to lose a duration of this gland though, because these have a duration of 7 seconds, and then after 4 seconds they'll beam. And the beam lasts for 3.6 seconds, but theoretically, those mutants will only be alive for another 3 seconds?
That's true. But I mean, I think I'm okay losing half a second of duration for an extra, 150% damage.
Well, it's from 66 damage with that, and with the spine, it's 48. So, do you think that's worth it? If you think it's worth it, then I'll do it.
It's 18 damage. I think it's worth it.
Alrighty. So now we got. Let's swap back over here because we have this gland of the ant, but then we also have this gland of the ant, which is just better.
Just better, and it splits.
And it splits.
So now we can have those beams when they contribute to kills and when they do. We can have it so that it's on hit and when they contribute to kills if we wanted. We don't have enough brain capacity now.
Yeah,
for it, but
I mean we can probably buy some more.
Yeah.
Let's see. This has to go into either a spine or a thing. So I can put that into an intestine. I'm just kind of spitballing here what I can get away with.
Yeah.
So I wonder if I go boom boom. Give me this poison back. Let's see. So now, the beams will happen off of these swirly gigs like they've been going.
Yeah.
And then every couple of seconds that's happening, they're just gonna drop poison on the ground everywhere.
Okay, that could be good.
So I feel like we need a better offspring of the ant. We need a better swirly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have.
I did say that we could theoretically replace the swirly with this, but its duration's not long enough. I think with the
duration's not long enough.
Duration being long is important.
Yeah.
You made the observation that these punches were happening like way too far away. So maybe we do something like that.
So it just fires more bullet per bullet.
Yeah, and they'll trace targets.
Yep.
So theoretically, that won't be wasted damage. Okay, so we got some things going here. We could get another brain going. I feel like we have enough to, we could theoretically just start another brain.
That would be our final brain.
Oh.
So, not a bad idea to just get it.
Okay. So this has to start with that because it's what we have available.
It's the only one left.
I wonder, do you think
we could put those there?
Would this work, like, considering that the eggs are on a different brain?
Maybe. Only one way to find out, right?
Let's see. And then...
And when those contribute to kill, they do.
These are the only ones that can continue. We want something... Both these can go into nerves, which is good.
Yeah. So, and both of them are fire projectile repeatedly. So which one's got the more projectiles? Both have 3 projectiles.
Yeah. So this one crits more and has a higher speed. So.
Okay. So then that goes into the nerve, and then on hit, we do starfish and hornet. Since they're both just strong enders.
Yeah, sure. So, something like that.
Yeah. And let's see if that even does anything.
Yep. Because I have no idea.
We'll know if it works if we see starfish.
Also, we have more room here.
Oh, that's true.
So on slow, it's doing potentially slow beam things. And then this can go into a little mini baby punch.
Yeah, so slice and then on hit we punch him again.
Yeah.
If you cut him, you punch him.
And then brain capacity is 400, so I think that's something. But we make plenty now, so you know what? I'm gonna also just bump up our damage a little bit and our pickup range. I'm just gonna spend because we're on wave 10, so I think this is gonna be a boss. Oh yeah, there's just beams just. Oh, was one of those beams connected to me? Was I a beam? Oh yeah, I'm...
Because it's right against the spine, against the brain.
This is... I feel like I don't have enough brain for this for this game. But it's definitely doing stuff with the eggs that aren't part of the brain chain.
Yeah.
So that theoretically opens up a fair amount of possibility.
Yeah.
I will say I'm not seeing any poisons being put down. Have you noticed any poisons?
Did we have...
We switched it up so, like, theoretically poison should be happening all over the place more often.
Yeah, we'll have to double check that. Also, you killed a boss. I didn't even see him.
Oh, I saw him. I was running for my life.
So we got that off of the poison on an intestine right now.
Well, yeah, the poisons have to be off of intestines.
They don't have to be. There's other things that go into bags.
For what we have, it is.
For what we have.
Okay. Cochlea, another nerve of the boxer. Ooh, a triple white fox spine.
That is pretty good. Spine of the white fox, I think, is my favorite spine.
No, I think
it's the best balance of. Oh, there's a. It's
one.
It's only a one vessel, but I mean, oof.
You know, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Ooh, a golden retina of the raven.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I'll take those.
All right. Where's our poison? Yeah. Okay. So
right now, the swirly thing makes the beam, and then theoretically the beam makes the poison. But I didn't see any poison happening.
Okay. So let's check those out again here. That is.
So.
Should be every 2.4 seconds.
Yeah.
It should be spreading poison.
I think it's taking the. There's not enough duration for these beams realistically.
Yeah, I think the ants are dying. too fast for that to really do anything.
So that's fine. But we can definitely do some things here with these much fancier spines. I'm just trying to think of where we want them. And if this aspect isn't working, I can replace this intestine with this one.
With the better intestine. Happens more often at slightly less efficiency.
But higher radius as well.
But higher radius, yeah, which is good. So that's just dropping that around you.
Yes.
It's dropping the slow around you.
And then the slow will beam people and occasionally punch people and do other things. Let's see. How about... if we go here... What if we... just, figure out some stuff.
Sure.
Could definitely do something like that.
There's an upgrade to the better retina. You got no brain capacity here for adding any other things.
But we could adjust that. Yeah, so maybe instead we just go with that one. And yeah, I just want more eggs. Like then again, going wide here is not amazing, but let's see, we have no wings. We have another egg beam thing. We can just be like, boom.
Yeah.
And then boom.
Sure.
Just why not?
So yeah. What's the wing gland thing? The gland of the spider web? What's it? Top left there? It's that one.
Gland of the snail. Connect units affected by wings, of which we have none.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, eh.
You can just sell it. Oh, excuse me. Goodness.
So I can upgrade that boxer. And then I can put a poison there just because I can.
So anything that survives the slice gets punched and poisoned?
Yes. Just cause.
Sure.
Because I have space.
Okay. Hey, you want to sell a couple things, then go buy more upgrades?
Yeah, I think we can sell this.
Oh, if you want, you can trade out that that front spine there now. Like this one right here is the spine of the mammoth. You can switch that up to a chimpanzee.
Yeah, we'll go with the.
So it happens more often.
The more frequent one.
More frequent, but less strong.
I think we definitely get rid of that.
Yeah. And then compare these two retinas just to see which one's actually better.
No, the one that's there is better.
The one that's there is better. Okay.
That said,
Should be.
Yeah, we have
good.
a slightly better cochlea.
Yep.
And then we'll just hold there for now. Do we want to brain capacity? Do we want to just stat up?
We could if you think you're comfortable with your current attacks, more movement speed before things start getting out of hand.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I think let's just get some stats across the board. We'll get another health. We got another movement. We'll get a little bit more damage. and then we'll get a little bit more damage. Because I'm afraid with the bosses coming up, since they have an enrage timer at this difficulty.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so now I don't know what those beams are connected to.
They're connected to you.
Well, yeah, on one end, but on the other end, what was it connected to? It was just beaming. Okay, so our slow is a lot more consistent on this right off the bat. My current strategy is
very close.
They get very close. It's a spicy maneuver that I got going on here, but with just my pile of friends, the second they get, you know, they make contact, they just implode. I don't know how effective it'll be for like a boss situation, but for this, it's just I hang out with my friends, and my friends do the dirty work for me. I'm like the mob boss. I got people for that.
One of those things where it's like it's technically working, but it makes me feel bad because it's just like I want to see you stretch those beams.
Well, look, if I ever find a starfish with like stuff on it,
I mean that too.
That's what we've been waiting for.
I want to see you like running around and just leaving trails of beams behind you too. Just run around and make a giant cage.
You don't look like my homebody strategy?
The homebody strategy's fine. Oh,
hey,
there's
look, they're offspring of the imp. Imps cannot move, but can be damaged by you.
Oh.
Interesting.
Each organs locates between this organ and brain.
Yeah, you always want to get them closest to the brain.
Gland of the sludge. Connects units affected by poison bag or belly with beams.
Well, I mean, the slow thing is also... let's try it.
There's a stronger tentacle of the swordfish.
That's another gland of the sludge, but that's an ender.
Or another. That's true.
Let's get the swordfish one. I think that's going to be easier to slot in.
Oh, this gold gland of the ant.
Another ant gland. All right. I mean, that means that we can just... We have so much stuff going on here. Let's see. Yeah, so that's just beaming very often at kind of low damage, but that's fine. Let's see. Do we... essentially, this would be the imp brain if we want to go imp. So, do you want to try to go imp?
I mean, we've got the stuff for it, right?
Yeah. Alright, so let's just back everything up. Insufficient fertility.
Is it because of the spine, or is it?
Why is its fertility so bad? Do you lose fertility for, like, all of these?
I don't think so.
What? Fertility 0.77. I don't know. But it works with the spine of the mammoth. It just needs more time. More time to fertilize.
Because of the efficiency, maybe. It's making the fertility more efficient.
Possibly. Look, either way, we figured it out. We got it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a gland, so we just need one of these spines here. This one's slightly more frequent.
Yep, and then that goes into into the imps, into imp beams.
Well, do we want a shot that then does this? Isn't that what we discovered? Is like the thing. We want like a long shot. Do we have a long shot? 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. No, we don't. Okay, so we'll just have the imps beam between themselves. It's another defensive measure.
Joy.
And then this spine, like I can do the slightly slower spine there, and then ever so slightly quicker. So right when that's about to expire, it will then shoot off the you, and then
Those bullets on hit.
we can do on hit or we can do on expire because it's also a short bullet. So
That's true.
It'll be slightly more efficient if we do an on expire.
Yeah, do the unexpire then.
And then
And on expire, they shoot.
Oh, let's end with the starfish again. Okay.
Now let's check the other.
We got this, the sludge gland.
Yeah, we have the sludge gland, which this side is technically has a poison. It's just not, doing super effectiveness.
But it's poison affected by poison bag or belly. They're already belly of the Yeti, so they're already affected. So.
Oh. Huh.
So we can have enemies connect movement impaired enemies connected with beams get beamed, and then also just more of it.
Can you read the top the one above that there, the spider one, for a second?
The spider. Oh, the
spider.
Connect movement
Just
impaired
movement
enemies with
impaired
beams.
Okay. And my brain is reading the gland of the sludge as poison bag or poison belly. It doesn't technically say that.
Poison bag or belly. This is a belly.
That's true.
And then that, if it contributes to damage, the punches.
If it contributes to kill.
Yeah, maybe a shot then.
And then that's
It's just more poison. Why not? Oh wait, we're over capacity.
yeah, we are.
Well, hold on. Never got a brain capacity. Grab one. And then just I can throw that on, and I think we were yeah, we can add another attack here.
So on expire punch.
Yeah.
Or on expire more bullets.
I think
something.
Expire punch there is good.
Okay. We can replace. No, I was gonna say we could replace beams with better beams. We could, instead of the bullets, we could just have more beams down there.
Just beam, 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 beam.
Beams, beams, the musical beams.
The more you beam, the more you beam.
Exactly.
All right.
The more you beam, the more you meme.
Actually, there's a world.
There is a world.
Just whenever the spinny thing hits anything, just not even on a timer.
Just
But that can't go into a gland.
Correct.
Curses. All right, never mind. There's no world.
not with what we've got.
I wanted to believe. All right. So
We got another brains here. Do we have a worse nerve sitting somewhere?
I don't think so.
It's like we're sitting with a gold nerve in our back pocket. That feels wrong.
Yeah, but look, we got a weird thing going on.
It's true.
I wasn't even really paying attention to what the imps did. Did anyone see what the imps did?
I don't know, man.
Let's get some pickup range because we don't move very often.
You can max that out.
I
That's
did.
cheap. And then just save up for. Is there more stuff in that list? It looked like there was a scroll arrow.
There is, but
There's a scroll arrow, but it doesn't go anywhere. Got it.
I don't think we could say or sell to
Yeah.
get into enough things, and these are all potentially useful anyway. So, all right, well, just
Yeah, they're definitely. Those first couple beams connected
Yeah.
nothing.
all right. So then we got some imps that are just kind of imping about.
Yeah, the imps are connecting beams to each other.
Oh. And then I'm connecting beams between all of these guys. Okay, it's starting to get a little sketch. These guys are a little too fast. I'm gonna have to start running.
That's fine. That should be fine. You want to make just chains of things, like walls. Box them in with beams.
Okay, taking some hits. Oh, that was a gold mutant.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it was wise to dive in there to grab that, but I did, and it was fine. All right, definitely doing a lot more moving, and grooving. I think investing even more into personal stats is probably going to be in my immediate future.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's fine. About to end. Another gland of the ant, another intestine, and then an offspring of the mutant that's slightly fancier.
Yeah.
Ooh, very angry limb of the skeleton.
That's true.
I'll grab that.
Oh, belly of the fire lizard.
It's like we could do some belly thing. I want to find a better slow belly.
Yeah.
We can re-roll. Let's. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, some choices there.
There are some good things here.
That is
Ooh,
a very strong heart.
That also splits up into two things. I think that's.
Yeah. I think that's the winner.
I think that's too good to ignore.
Ah, it's another dead end starfish.
Another dead end starfish. You know what? Let's just. Ooh.
Ooh, a couple of good options there.
Maybe the mushroom here.
Yeah, upgrade the other mushroom.
Okay, so we got some things here. Let's see. I don't even know where to start. We definitely start here.
Definitely start there.
Oh, actually we even start here.
Start earlier. Yeah. Oh no!
We could, if we go to this mutant, we can't have them as fast. So maybe we don't go to this mutant. Maybe the worst mutant is better. I think you need a fertility of at least 1, and he has exactly 1 fertility in this particular configuration.
Oh, but how much lower is that fertility though? If we switch him in. 0.94. So we only need a spine there that's with slightly better efficiency.
Oh, you can start with a heart. Oh, so that would be 4 seconds without me taking damage.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, there's builds for it, I'm sure. No, I don't think it's this one. I mean, it could be. But look at your other brains for a second. Do you have a spine of the chimpanzee that's like 150 something percent?
It's so close.
Oh, I mean, that one was 153. Or you're hovering over one that's 153 somewhere.
Yeah, let's see. This one's 136.
I'm sorry, I said spine of the chimpanzee, but I meant the spine of the fox.
Yeah. Well, the only
that's
fox
the
I have is
problem
1.03.
And that one's
efficiency.
1.53. Or one that's 153. That 153 might be enough. But we'd have to.
So you just temporarily put that there.
Yeah.
So that I
swap
can.
swap the spine.
But I'm using all of that.
I mean, you're using all of that slightly, but I mean, you just swap where you're using it to the other side, right? And then see if that'll let you swap that. 0.99.
If only we bothered to math ahead of time.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna math percentages over.
Oh, I just broke the whole thing. Oh, gross.
Oh no. Is there an upgrade for slightly more efficiency?
I don't think so. Oh no, I don't want the egg one. I want the mutant beam. Isn't there a mutant beam? Didn't I not have a mutant beam?
Yeah, it's right in the middle. It's the great one.
It's the not cool one.
With that split, you could have it be mutant beams and then put down more mutants.
It would no, because remember the further away from the brain they are.
Oh yeah. They lose fertility fast.
Something like that. Wow, that's a shot.
It's a shot, and it's a homing shot. It's like I'm gonna get you, and so then you put a retina after that, because that'll contribute to kills.
Oh. And then just another homing tracking shot.
Another homing shot. And then just come back this way and just like make more beams or something. Like you could set you've got those beams. Oh,
okay. I'm just kind of spitballing with my brain. Just like something like that maybe.
On hit slice. Because you've got stuff you can set way up next to the closer to the brain.
That is true. Which will happen more often, but will theoretically be less powerful.
But if you're looking for that close safety, I mean, just putting that slice right up front, yeah.
Done.
Yeah. So now you're just your brain spine is stabbing people.
That's a sentence that you said.
Yeah, while laying mutants.
Your brain spine is stabbing people.
Yeah. Oh, you got so many more beams in your pocket that you're not using now.
Oh, so when that beam expires, then
shoot people.
We do something like that. I'm just winging it. I'm gonna be honest.
No wings.
Well, yeah. Okay. I'm not thrilled with these imps, if I'm being honest. This brain is I feel like it's underperforming. But could we?
You could start with the heart on this one, and just don't take damage.
Or while using the mammoth spine, we can go even more mutants.
More mutant. That's
Because
true.
the mammoth spine gives that plenty.
That's true.
And then we can use a heart
And
here.
they can get the heart.
And then instead of going so deep over on this side...
Could you put the starfish right after the heart?
Yeah, it would be an ender. It would only happen once every 4 seconds.
But it would be
I could put
something strong.
I could put the starfish here and just have that end just be like... Because that'll happen every 1.5 seconds.
That's true.
And then every 4 seconds here...
You set up a beam.
So
Every 4 seconds, set up an ant beam.
Yeah, it would be an ant beam. Just
put beams between your ants and your mutants.
Or we could just... This has a lot of projectiles and a lot of pierce because this is like the fancy swordfish.
Yeah.
If we did that and then Nerve of the
On
Boxer, just because it's
On
bound to
hit
get lots
beam?
of...
Oh, you can't beam from there. Nope.
But I
And
can
then
just
shot.
Just shove in whatever will fit there.
It feels wrong having this gold ant beam that's just not doing anything.
Look, a lot of stuff here feels wrong, but here we are. And in fact, I'm done with these imps. I don't like them. We have so many egg things. I'm gonna get rid of that many of them for now, at least. I don't think we're ever gonna use that. And you know what? I'll sell one more just to get over 1100. Just so now we can go over here, and I think we just start pumping up stats, right?
Sure. More movement because the rage thing.
More movement, more base damage, and more HP.
Okay.
It's just... I have beams. Okay. Oh, that one snuck in. Is this better than what I was doing before? Maybe.
Well, you're putting out a lot of bullets.
Yes.
I want those bullets to have beams. That's what I want. That's all that I want in life is for those bullets to beam.
We just got to put the beams later. The problem is that the beams are glands, and not a lot of convenient things go into glands. That's really our limiting factor. If we can find a cool bullet that goes into glands, then I think that's the way to do it.
I want a starfish that goes into glands. That's all I want out of life. Is that so much to ask?
Thus far, yes. I think I need a way to like spread this slow out more. So like on hit with a certain like AoE bullet. Ow.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Is currently you're doing the slow.
Yeah, just in
as
one spot.
as the zone. You could have. Ooh.
When damage taken, I take a lot of damage.
That's true.
Let's see. Is that intestine better than something I have?
And potentially.
I think I can refresh to find something slightly better.
That's a really cool spine of the jackal.
It's a very quick jackal.
For 1% efficiency.
It's a starfish.
It is. It doesn't go into glands.
Womp womp. I'm gonna take it anyway, just because we've looked so long.
The bladder goes into glands.
Sure does. Let's keep looking here. A very fancy gland of the sludge. Ooh, very fancy tentacle of the dragon. Bladders also go into glands. The inconvenient things go into glands is what I've decided. This tentacle of the dragon actually could be quite strong.
It goes into so many things. Is there anything
Yeah.
else hiding below Retina? No. It's got the scroll that doesn't help with anything.
But I think,
I mean, that dragon instead of the spiral.
yeah, honestly,
Just swap that out.
and then that means that the
Look
beams
at the
will.
strength of that dragon.
Yeah.
There's a 240 damage projectile that's just like, hi, I'm here.
Look, Hearts of the Living Dead are strong.
Yeah.
So then this beam beams around that, not very strongly, admittedly.
Because of the spine of the jackal. I mean, we could literally just trade that for the gold jackal and give that, an extra 22% efficiency. Makes the beams a little better.
And then when the beams expire, these various bullets are happening. We can throw like a starfish instead of this swordfish here.
Mm-hmm. Way better.
And then over here, that's I kind of like that going on. This one, I've not seen any poison. I'm convinced that this is not a thing.
Yep, that's not working.
So
I'm still not convinced that entire tree is working.
well, I know some slow beam stuff is happening.
I think the slow beam stuff is happening. I don't think that one is happening.
You don't think this one is happening? I don't know.
I'm still.
I mean, literally,
It's hard to say. It's hard to say because it's.
We could just move stuff up here. Just be like, there. We know this is working.
And then you can put the intestine and the poison bag up there to see if that goes up there.
But I just think it's a duration issue because I don't think the enemies are living long enough. That's I think what the problem is. I think the enemies are actually dying too quickly.
That's possible.
At which point, just more eyeball attacks. Because all the eyeballs is just like did it contribute to a kill? Do a thing. Something happened. Let's see.
So then at that point, the gland of the sludge is that as good as?
It's still doing 41 damage beam.
That's true.
That's doing 105 damage beam. I feel like there's improvement here. Let's see. The mutants can't take damage, so
Right.
that Heart of the Wolf isn't going to do much for them.
You just swap the spine for the Heart of the Wolf right at the front. Like, when you take damage, you put out the biggest, angriest mutant you've ever seen.
If I did that, I wouldn't even want to do more mutants. I would be like, if I get hit, I want to like annihilate the world with something hard. Yeah. I mean, do we think that would just this mutant thing is whatever and just?
Nah, I think we stick with this for now. I think there's another build someday. I think we're heavily invested in this now. I think that's fine.
Okay, these mutants have a duration of 10 seconds, so theoretically,
trade the starfish out for the other beam.
This would beam from the eggs.
I mean, that should be fine.
Do you like that better than constant starfish pulses?
I mean, we just put a better starfish elsewhere in our brains. Somewhere.
There
it is.
Yeah, and this is so far back that what if we just? Oh yeah, that's a much spicier meatball. And then
That wasn't specifically what I had in mind, but that works.
Well, it's in somebody's mind.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we just sell this, and sell this, and sell
Yeah,
this.
Probably.
Just make some money. You know, we'll get rid of you. What? We're on wave 14. I think we have one more to go here.
Speed.
An effect radius? Because that's my slow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just...
More speed and damage. Oh.
Yeah, well, that's why I said speed and effect radius, because...
You can afford it. Okay.
Alright, here we go. So now our slow is a bit slowier. Oh yeah, now we got our spinny bullets of power. I feel like we're doing a lot more damage. I don't know if it's just because these guys are slower enemies. They're not as imposing, but I feel like our laser light show has gotten more efficient. Oh, there's a boss. Oh, well, I guess we're gonna really find out one way or another, huh? The damage numbers we're putting on this guy are significant. Yeah. That guy went down hard. We are annihilating them.
I mean, no complaints.
I think we just hit like a tipping point. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people in the comments to be like, but like this is what happened and it could have been more efficient this way and stuff. And if we really stopped to think about all of our moves, we could be much more efficient, but...
Oh yeah, but we also got a video to make.
Yeah,
we can't just stay in the menu for...
These bio prototype runs already run long. Ooh, a fancier Gland of the Mutant, a fancier Retina of the Raven, another fancy White Fox, another...
That is technically a fancier technical...
Ooh, better Heart of the Living Dead. We'll just grab that real quick.
That's a better Spine of the Mammoth. We have a Spine of the Mammoth at the front of one of our brains.
Grab it. I think we can refresh this one. Hey, get out of here. The strong tentacle of the beetle Ender might not be awful.
Might not be awful. An Ender feels weird for it though.
Yeah, but it's like,
Yeah.
It's like we only have so much. Yeah, and then we'll another tentacle of the mushroom. Why not? We'll have so many.
Sure.
So,
we can always sell it if we need to.
Okay, so this just gonna go boom, which is just making this thing very angry. And then yeah, boom, boom, boom. So we have it beaming very often at a lower efficiency. We could theoretically pump that up.
Pump up.
Less often, but more strong.
I think that spine of the jackal, I think it's pretty good.
Okay. One of the things I know we can change is this Gland of the Mutant can be upgraded.
Oh yeah.
So that Gland of the Mutant. Oh God. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 50% damage upgrade.
That's pretty good.
Seems pretty okay.
Yeah.
And then we have all these sword swings, but we could honestly like just
swap a sword for a beetle.
Yeah, sword for a beetle.
Okay.
And then we can swap this mushroom
for the better mushroom.
For that mushroom.
Okay.
We never found a good mutant offspring. He's just no. We did, but he needed too much juice.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we can get a better eye in here.
Yep.
So maybe the swirly. Oh, did we see any swirly things off that last one? I feel like I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Which just throws my whole belief system into question. I don't know what to believe in anymore. So maybe we... I don't know. A cochlea would definitely allow something to happen. Because that's not necessarily it has to contribute to a kill. It's just when it expires. So theoretically, it can happen more often.
Maybe. In theory.
And I'll put the swirly here because we'd notice it more.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Next brain. Or you could trade that eyeball out for the better eyeball. I should have.
Yeah. I think that's definitely gotta happen. I'm just thinking.
Switch the tentacle of the coral for the other swirly tentacle. It's just more a stronger bullet.
And then honestly, just do something like that.
Yeah.
And then.
I mean, you've got a mammoth spine sitting at the front of one of these, don't you?
There
you go.
Oh, so you
just picked up a gold mammoth spine.
Yeah.
It's good. Just there you go.
Good call. And then
I'm pretty sure all of your fox spines are out, so but you can compare it.
Just kind of.
Oh, is that just more frequent?
Yeah,
with more efficiency.
No, it's less efficiency, but it's much more frequent.
Yeah. Okay. I think it should be fine. I still really wish there was somewhere you could put this other gold ant beam.
Yeah. But we already got a gold ant beam there. And only so many things go into glands, unfortunately.
That's true.
And so that's the main sticking point is just look,
have that go into the gold ant beam instead of the mushroom.
I want that mushroom somewhere, but we could theoretically try to do something here. Just afraid that was like I don't know what was causing our super duper damage. I hope that wasn't a big aspect of it.
Is that better than the other tentacle of the mushroom? You got two of them sitting there.
I mean, this one just breaks off into two.
Yeah, but I just meant is like the damage or the crit chance or anything different between the two?
This one's more damage and more chain, so this one's better. But because that one's better, I'm thinking maybe instead of the beetle, I put it over there. Maybe I don't know, James.
Just pop it with the beetle. I like that.
Or we can put it over here, or we could put it. We could just replace that one with that one.
There you go.
Okay, we've done things, and I think this is the last one. So I think I'm just gonna sell everything here, and then just buy as much stuff as we can.
Sure.
If it's not the last one, then we're really committing to what we've done here today. Let's see.
I still think movement speed is going to be well, unless you just go damage.
I mean,
Just be like, look, if we just kill them faster.
damage. I could get also movement speed, or I can also get HP. I'll get the movement speed. Cell duplication chance. Why not?
Bam.
Okay. And then we got our weird beamy things going on. Or we're slowing things up. I am seeing lots of swirly bullets. I feel like we put swirly bullets on a couple of things, though, so that's not necessarily saying anything. But there's a lot of swirly bullets. So this monster is real unpleasant looking. Oh, and he's got a friend. Oh, and he's got a friend. And this one is not dying as quick as the other bosses were.
That's true. And they're going to start getting faster and faster.
All right, one down, one down. All right, come on, we're just going to keep dosey-doing, baby. You get faster, but I makes you slower.
Ah.
And there he goes.
Beautiful.
Just a mess of bullets and beams.
Yeah.
Well, would this be like the... What is it, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra? Because it's Siberian, it's cold, and there's lots of laser beams.
Is it cold?
I hear Siberia, it's cold.
I mean, Siberia's cold, but what's that got to do with this?
It's because I'd have a cold puddle. It makes them slow.
I suppose that is a cold puddle, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a slow puddle. I guess it is the belly of the ice or something like that.
Yeah, like the Yeti, belly of the Yeti or something.
Ah,
like
there you go.
Ta-da!
You did it.
We did it. Hey, look, we have access to wings. We didn't have
Sweet.
access to those before. Oh, and a new prototype, Hydra.
Ooh,
Also, I like
that sounds
my
cool.
beams are still on screen.
Yeah.
Just a prototype Wealth. Prototype Glutton. Oh, he's got a
Oh,
a
well, that's a
melee.
good- Yep, and then stage 4.
All right, so there you go. Another bio prototype run. These they take a little bit of time to get through. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. We're working our way up the difficulty ladder. We won't be stopped.
We'll get there.
I hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time.
Oh, yeah, bye-bye.